Well, good morning again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Co-op Funeralcare European Masters 2017, kindly hosted by Blackpool Newton Hall. And it's a sunny day here at Blackpool. Part of the Parkinson's holiday group. And out on the streamed rink we have Craig Newton versus Jason Parkinson. It's one of the games that I kind of build to be a really exciting game. Craig Newton on the mat now from Yorkshire, Crown Greener, mainly plays Crown Green bowls, but he qualified for the World Championships indoors at Potters back in 2015 and gave a few people a few shocks in qualifying. Very natural player is Craig. His mum and dad are out there in the crowd to support him. Jason Parkinson, well, you're used to hearing Jason's voice in the commentary position. He's joining me again for various different games throughout the weekend. In fact, he'll be lead commentating tomorrow morning while I'm actually out on a rink playing. And good player, played here for a number of years. Travelling about though, so played out of Carlisle for a couple of years, and I believe next year he's going to York and District to actually play with Craig Newton in Nationals. So interesting game on the cards here. And we'll give a shout out to Jason's partner at home, Grant. Grant, I hope you're enjoying this.
One
sat
red
back
measure for second.
on the sofa with Stan. Sure Stan the dog is enjoying watching his dad play. So Jason, forehand drawn out. I mentioned earlier, first few ends of a game are always a question of finding your weight. He now is sponsored by Aero Bowls, and he's playing with the Aero Grooves, Jason. And Craig Newton's a Drake's Pride player. Glad you can join us. Hopefully you're with us all day. We're on YouTube live, but for the first time ever we are streaming live on Facebook. We had a packed viewing house for this morning's game between Paul Hartley and Rhys Vaughan on Facebook. I'm sure there'll be a few of you tuning in, but if you can't stay on YouTube, that's a place you can have a look. You can get all the live bowls there. And if you can't stay with us, all results are on worldbowlstour.tv, the website, but hopefully you can stay with us. This is a game in part of Tour Card 2. There's 2 Tour Cards on offer this weekend, finals of which are on Sunday. There are 2 other games going on in the Tour Card here. On other rinks at the venue, we've got Paul Sharman playing Richard Maddison, who's the CEO of the World Bowls Tour and Tournament Director. So that hat's currently passed over to his assistant, Tom Weir, for the next couple of hours, and Richard's taken to the rink himself. And the other game, really interesting game on rink 4, Philip Last, frequent qualifier for events, versus Stuart Irwin, who's also a qualifier of events. Lots of good players here all weekend for you. Entry is free. Come down and watch if you fancy it. Sunny Blackpool.
One shot, Jason Parkinson.
First honour to Jason. You might find these two are both a bit chatty on the rink, so there'll be a few smiles. There's no shot clock here. Plenty of time to take your time. Jason going full length jack here. Big thinker of the game of bowls. Coached me for a couple of years, and it was just on the time when I needed help to raise my game. Jason stepped into the fray, and very good coach. Spent a bit of time outside of bowls with work commitments. Gave up a couple of times. The last time he gave up, he came back and won the World Qualifier at Carlisle. Natural players, both of these. Favouring the forehand draw here away from the commentary box. Finish all the way. Normally Craig plays with X-Pride XPs. Not sure whether they might be his professionals out there, but certainly very comfortable with his Drake's Pride bowls. Jason just under the line there, won't be happy with that. What did he say I had to say? It's a tactical bowl. He said I don't play any bad bowls, just say it's a tactical bowl. Yes, Jason.
One red.
Nothing for short here, Jason. Just reach the red bowl. Off the forehand, touch on the jack. Either will do for you. Very good track. In the area here, well played, Jason.
2 yellow.
Craig's got a similar reply sort of shot, bowl or jack. Down the forehand. In the area. Just will hang off with that weight. Our marker umpire out there is one of the newbies to the umpires.
Nearest
Dan
red, I'll
McManus,
pass, please.
Scottish umpire.
Nearest reds is a gap of 18 inches.
My side bowl.
Your side bowl is an inch past jack high with a gap of 7 inches.
Thank you.
Players here could only play in either plain white, club, county or international shirts, as it's a sponsored event, and we can only show sponsors in patches, not actually on the shirts. And Jason nicely sporting the club shirt here at Blackpool Newton Hall. Oh, great effort, Craig. Has it done enough? Shocking the bowls there. Facial expression from Craig says he's not sure there. We'll have it measured.
Measure for sure.
Dan's measuring the red bowl first, and it's against the 2 aero bowls. It looks like that aero bowl was closer than the red one. And we'll go back to that yet, taking that one out, so that's 1 declared. Just asking if he wants the other one measured now.
2 shots. Jason Parkinson.
Jason takes a 3-0 lead after 2 ends. Looks to be running a bit, Jason. Have you lost it? Craig's not changed that length a great deal for Jason. And sticking to the swinging backhand draw here towards the commentary position. Good opener. Notice we have some viewers in Spain and overseas watching. Glad of your company this morning. We're actually in sunny Blackpool, so it's a lovely day outside. A bit of room there, that might have just made it in. Jason's still just got the draw down this backhand. Might have just overreached this, Jason. Nudging it in.
One yellow.
One yellow, so Jason holds shot. There you go, that's a great view of Craig Newton delivery. Very fluid, very crown green like. Saw Paul Hartley in the game before on this rink, which is probably one of the best indoor deliveries. Craig just uses his crown green delivery to bowl. Oh, he's a bit unsure on whether that's one yellow or not. Questionable look at our marker. Our markers are only bang on the money. We certainly trust them as players. Do get them occasionally wrong, but very, very occasionally. Very close, just under, I think. I'm not sure whether Craig thinks it might be close for shot. He's got the draw though, just any draw down that hand inside his own bowl. He'd thank himself to do this bowl. Close here, this bowl will swing all the way back in. Well, that's good enough for one shot. Might even have the second. There's a great shot of Jonathan Goodall, who's the manager of Blackpool Newton Hall. And he's sat with Justin, who does a lot of the set building work here for Blackpool when we come to the TV events. We'll both be out there supporting Jason. So Jason's played for the club for a few years, but work's necessitated that he has to play his bowls out of York now. If he wants to play nationals, it's easier for him to get to.
Two shots, Craig Newton.
Well, there's the example of sometimes markers don't quite get the call right. Craig questioned it immediately. Two shots to Craig. Next game up, if you want to stick with us today, is on at 2:15. And it's back to tour card 1. And it's Danny Dennison versus Connor Sinato. Notice Connor and his parents have just arrived in the auditorium. Already qualified for one of the events, Connor, on the world rankings. Big one for him this weekend if he could tie at one of these tour cards. And then your game to finish off the streaming day is at 5:30, and it's Scott Edwards versus Simon Skelton. Some great games of bowls on here this weekend. We start again at 9:30 in the morning. Meanwhile, Craig Newton's had a really good opener. Of course, the two winners here on Sunday pick up tour cards that take them into all of the WBT ranking events for the next season. Both of these guys have got WBT ranking points, as have many of the players here. They all know how big and important winning one of these tour cards is. Mark Dawes, the local lad, did it a couple of years ago, and now he's number 12 in the world and part of the regular top 16. So doesn't have to face the qualifiers anymore. Jason playing a timer down the forehand. I mentioned earlier he's a very aggressive player, gets it perfect. Again.
2 yellow.
Craig's got the drawback. Either bowl, rest either bowl. Shot. Oh, Craig, just a nice draw. 2 against you at the moment. Played 2 sets of 9 ends and we're in 24. Close here. Can it move? Yeah, good bowl again, Craig. Well, again, it's a
One
repeat
red.
for Jason. Again, any sort of change on that? If he takes the jack through, count for 3. There's various different options for Jason, but that's what he'll be playing. Reaching up, try to take that jack through, gets in 3 shots. Close here, Jason. Any piece of the jack through to the back. Oh, it's gone to the red bowl. How unlucky is that to move to the wrong side of the ring? Great effort, though. No difference, just the 1 shot. Ties it up.
1 shot, Craig Newton.
3 shots all after 4 ends here. We've got news from rink 7. After 4 ends, it's 4-3 to Richard Madison. He's obviously been watching quite a bit of bowls out here and picked up some tips. Played really well in the weekend event we had last weekend, so Richard's fancying his chances out there today. Trying to get some news from the other games for you. Great opener again by Craig. We always thought this would be a good game. Jason actually started playing when he was 5 years old. Crown Green. And when the Blackpool Borough Club opened, he started playing there. Very successful in under 25s. England under 25 and then moved to the senior side as well. A very good thinker of the game, tactician wise. Craig likes to just choose his shot and play it. Close here. Little nudge on his own bowl.
1 yellow.
Live ball touching there, please.
No, there's a gap of 1.5 inches.
Jason lists that he made his first television appearance at the age of 9. They were trying to get younger people into the game of bowls, and Jason was playing then, so roped in, quite happy with the TV and that side of things. Craig plays Crown Green Bowls at the Lower Hopton Club over in Yorkshire. He joined the PBA because he's seen people qualifying for world events and Super Bowl, the famous Super Bowl. And that was why he joined. He wanted to qualify for these events. Jason, I don't think it's just quite reaching. It makes it a little hard work for Craig. Craig might swap to his backhand here and try and nudge on the Jason Parkinson bowl. Whether Craig's young daughter Mia's listening in. If not, she can always watch her daddy back on YouTube. Some fantastic viewers figures now, certainly on the Facebook Live. Great to be able to give you all the bowls sent now at events. Good effort from Craig there. Played the right sort of way. It was just tight, didn't want it to hang off. There's 3 members of the Blackpool club coming to support this week. It's free entry, so you can come down, enjoy the bowls. One of the top names here this weekend, the likes of Billy Jackson and Gary Smith. All playing here this weekend. Perry Martin's travelled all the way from Swale. Current top club champion, current mixed pairs champion with a good friend of mine. He won the mixed pairs with Sandy Hazel. National mixed pairs. He's travelled all the way up. Wayne Wilgress is over at some point, I know. Some great players here this weekend. But go on down, free entry, good cafe, good facilities.
1 shot, Jason Parkinson.
Change of tactic by Jason here. He obviously feels that Craig's settling onto that longer length well at the moment. Nice forehand, Craig Newton here. Lovely drawing hand. Swings all the way back in. a good track again, Craig.
One right.
Urging this on, Craig. Good bolt.
Two right.
Jason's made his mind up. All the best position to the right hand side of your screen as you look. I mentioned before when he was actually in commentary with me, he's a very aggressive player. Red bolt. Any sort of connection. Needs to swing now. Isn't moving. Just think it's going to hang off.
One right. One shot. Craig Newton.
Certainly an interesting game this for all. After 6 ends into end 7. Shortening the jack up didn't phase Craig. Good track here from Jason, all on his pace. Just change the pace of the rink as the day goes on. Again, it's all on pace. And Jason choosing to change hands now. Hands very good coming towards the commentary box here. You're watching this. Just under the line. Craig opting to follow him down. He's just underweighted this one. Well, Jason, another chance to draw down this forehand.
It's one. It's close for the second. I favour it's just the one.
Yeah, even himself. Jason's asking it to stop. He knows he's overplayed. It didn't want to be short. Knew that if he reached the red bolt, he'd got a chance. Craig, a nice chance of another shot in here. And 7. urging it on. 2, possibly 3. I'll go down. McManus seems to favour it's just the 2. Oh, Jason, can you adjust your pace now? Full hand. That ball to rest on. He's seen the head. He's been up to look at it. Under the weight. Just got it. Like it just wasn't going to reach.
1 shot, Jason Parkinson.
Left to play. We play 2 sets of 9 ends. If necessary, a 3-end tie break. Again here from Craig. It's been a drawing game. There's been a few good runners played from both of them, but
That last ball shot, please.
Yes, 1 red.
doesn't look like he pulled something there. Really struggling there. He certainly, just as he bent down, he certainly seemed to pull something. I think he's just trying to stretch himself there. Not sure what's happened to Jason there. Certainly looked like he was in pain when he sent that last bolt. Let's see how he does with this one. Chose a runner. Seemed to get that away all right. Looking for it. Any edge on the jack? Well, of course, at the Scottish International Open back in November, we saw Greg Harlow full of muscle in his
just the 1.
leg in the first game he played, and he went on to win the title. So could that be an omen for Jason Parkinson? Craig wants to just get past that ball, rest the slip pass. Yeah, got a decent shot out of that. Could be 2.
Two shots, Craig Newton.
Interesting scorecard from these two players because Jason's been picking up shots to Craig Newton's jack and Craig's been picking up shots to Jason's jack, so 6-5, one shot lead for Craig Newton going into the last end of the first set. Like I say, Jason's been scoring to Craig Newton's jack, so very, very important opening bowl here for Craig. And certainly we're getting a few facial expressions from both players out there. That looks wide, Craig. That's why we had the grimace off Craig. He knew as soon as he put it down. Nice swingy hand, but overplayed it as well as overgreened it. Not short though. Big opportunity for Jason to step in. Just finished short. Big change in his hand now, change of hand, might change his pace.
Two yellow.
Just an update for those of you interested in the scores on the other rinks here. After 7 ends, Richard Madison is 6-4 up against Paul Sharman. And after 6 ends, Stuart Irwin leads Phil Last 8-2. Like I say, we will try and keep you informed as best we can with the games as they go on. This has got to the crucial last end of the first set. And a good game of bowls.
One red.
Craig will be looking to get something a bit closer because it's still fairly vulnerable. Is he reaching with this? Nice little nudge off Jason's. Jason's got a couple of choices here and he'll make his mind up before he goes to the mat. Either play for the bowl or just try and play over the draw again, touch the jack, or rest the red bowl inside the red bowl, or touch the jack to his own back bowl. Several choices down this forehand. Just depends on how that old muscle is affecting him. He might go for the bowl. Just playing over the draw, reaching bowl. That means his muscles must have settled down a bit. Is he here? Are you here, Jason?
One shot in the first set, Craig Newton.
First set to Craig there. Not sure about Jason's back. Probably wants to stretch it a little bit. We'll find out later, no doubt, as he'll join me in commentary later. Won't be happy. Kind of left that last end of the first set to go. If he'd have reached on that line, he had various different chances. Normally you'd bank on Jason to draw inside that red bowl, but here we're going to set 2. A great opener again by Craig Newton. And a good track here down this backhand from Jason. If you're only just joining us here at the Co-op Funeralcare European Masters 2017, we're live with you from Blackpool Newton Hall Indoor Bowls Club. Playing out on a streamed rink here. We're live with you on the World Bowls Tour YouTube and for the first time on Facebook Live. Getting some great feedback and some fantastic viewing figures. Can't stay with us, all the results are on worldbowlstour.tv.
Very close for shot, slightly favoured one red.
Is it past the jack? Or
Yes, he's 3 inches past Jack High with a gap of 2.5 inches.
Just asking some information there, deciding on shot choice. There's no shot clock out there for these early stages. Once we get to the weekend, shot clock might be coming into play. Well, everybody's had a good look at it. Might pick up my microphone and go out there and have a look myself. I did say to Jason if we had any technical issues on the commentary, was he alright if I just picked up my microphone and went and sat on the side of the rink and commentated from there. And to be fair, neither of these two guys would bother. Craig's done a lot of work with bowls in the past. He assisted me in running a festival of bowls that included wheelchair players for a couple of years. He really enjoyed that. Good to be involved. Hughes off rink 7. Richard Madison's won the first set 7-5. As I say, Craig and I have been involved with wheelchair events in the past, and this year I've been made the Deputy Competition Manager for the Special Olympics, which is for people with learning disabilities. It's the Olympics where bowls is an included sport. Fantastic to be part of that. Brilliant result there from Jason. Mentioned before, tends to like the aggressive game. Saw that shot on, chance of anything movement backwards.
3 shots.
Gives him 3 shots
Jason
to start
Parkinson.
the second set. Just went for a training day to watch the Special Olympics over at New Earswick, which is in York, which is the other club in York. These two guys are now playing out of York and District, but there is another club over in York called New Earswick. We had a Special Olympics day over there on Saturday. I joined competition manager Andy Webster. We were also joined by the 2 umpires for the event. Head umpire has been given to Dan Blewett, who you all know is a TV umpire with the WBT. And his assistant for the event will be Colin Wilson. We all had a great day over there at York. Fantastic players. They love every bowl they send. It's fantastic to see how much they actually get out of the game of bowls. Everyone's a winner. That event's in Doncaster Indoor Bowls Club in August. If you fancy popping down and watching some of that, you're very welcome to join us. The Special Olympics itself is based in Sheffield this year. And sports-wise, there's over 20 sports involved, and indoor bowls is one of them.
One red.
Last ball, last ball then. Definitely.
Last ball was Jack High.
Again, great conversion shot there by Jason. Possibly holding 2 now.
2 yellow in the measure.
Jason can reach his middle bowl of the 3. It's got a chance of turning the red ball out. In the area, punch on it. Sits it out. Oh, he's just got a piece of the jack as well. Got 2 out of it, whatever. But he was looking for 3. Managed to get 3 out of it. Now, Craig. Nice little funnel there to get a bowl into, but you've got to be right line and right weight. And I don't think he's got the right weight with this. And Jason, another 3 on the card. Well, 2 declared. He's asking for it. Yeah, it's a wise thing to do. You've got an umpire there, you might as well use him. Great shot there of caliper measure. Umpires like to use the calipers because once they're set, they can't really move at all. So Wants to set the set and they're very rigid.
Three shots. Jason Parkinson.
Yeah, gets the 3. 6-0 after 2 ends. Second set. Lost the first set. 7-5.
Good.
Jason will look aggressively at these 2 bowls again. He seemed to pull himself up very quickly again. I wonder if he's tweaked something in his back. Just news in. I like this, it's like news in, hot off the press. The news desk says that the first set between Last and Irwin, that's Phil Last and Stuart Irwin, was tied 8-all. That's interesting because it means that Phil Last, who was 8-2 down at one point in the set, has managed to drag it all the way back. That set was tied 8-all. The winner of that game will face the winner of this game. Jason again playing aggressively at that head. Just having a quick chat to Justin there from Blackpool. He's saying to Justin that it just pulls when he delivers his bowl. He's 6-0 up at the moment though. Just stretching again there, Jason. Doesn't play again if he won today till 11:30 tomorrow, so he's got a bit of time to recover. Big chance for Craig to score a 3 here. Just overplayed it.
2 shots. Craig Newton.
this time it's Craig that's playing it. Running shot. Gets a good result, opens it up. It's virtually become a one-ball shootout now. Sure whether the jack's gone on the re-spot or not. If it goes out the side confines of the rink, it goes back on the re-spot.
1 yellow.
Not sure whether it's just in the ditch or on the re-spot. Can't see it. Ah, yeah, it did go on the re-spot. So this is interesting. Other players practice re-spot jacks. It's not a bad bowl. It's just gone a yard. Still a bit of room, but Craig's only got one bowl now to change this. I think he's under line. We'll have to start moving somewhere. Jason could get a 2 out of this.
One yellow.
And yellow, sorry.
1 yellow. One shot. Jason Parkinson.
See it? First time I played on that one. It was straight. It wasn't even, didn't even leave the ring though, did
7-2
it?
after 4 ends. Jason's only in the hot seat here in the second set.
Turned round a bit, didn't it?
Two good opening balls. Not sure who's holding shot there. I'm sure our umpire marker, Dan McManus. I was going to say Dan Blewett then, flipping heck. Dan, if you're listening in, I know you don't have a Scottish accent, so I obviously need another cup of coffee. Dan's not telling us at the moment, so it must be fairly close, and he won't want to disturb the players by stepping into the head. Good effort by Jason there. Slightly overplayed. I apologise about the technical issues we're having on that camera at the moment. We are on with trying to sort it for you. It's a Looks like it's one red from this angle. Certainly, it's a big chance here for Craig. So Jason will want to take that away from him. He needs to try and be moving those two red bowls. He's in the area. Oh, might have got a result out of that. Yeah, got shot and possibly ticked it now to 2.
Two yellow.
There's the marker there saying 2 yellow. It's 2 to Jason Parkinson. That was a great result, really. Well, Craig's still got a chance here. Just needs a little touch on the jack. There's no smiles on the rink today. Looking at the moment like we could be going to tie break. Craig's under a line here. Could be 2 to Jason.
Two shots. Jason Parkinson.
Well, in the Jason Parkinson household, I'm sure Grant and Stan are enjoying watching this second set. I think that Jason might have pulled a muscle in his back during the first set, but he's a fighter. Fairly quick players here, hanging about. Already into end 6 of this second set of 9 ends.
One red. One red.
Red ball slightly past, please.
Red ball's exactly jack high.
Exactly. Flick, flick, flick.
Again, Jason played an aggressive bowl, perhaps not gone out the right side for him now. I think he's still 1 to Craig.
One yellow measure for set.
Right, so it actually has moved it to Jason's bowl. Sometimes the angles can be deceiving.
One shot, Craig Newton.
Well, that certainly helps the Craig Newton cause. Only 6 behind with 3 ends to play. And of course, Craig Newton won the first set, so he can afford to tie this set to take his place in the second round. News from Rink 7. Paul Sharman, Richard Madison game. Paul Sharman's now leading in the second set 7-1. He lost the first set, so it's looking like that game might go to a tie break. Great bowls going on here. A lot of people in the stadium, but watching various different rinks. You in now watching this streamed rink. Well, Craig holding at least one shot here at the moment. Craig trotting up after this. 3 here. Well, Jason's just fallen into that trap of being frightened of being short and overplayed it big. Big end here, end 7. Second set, if Craig can slot another bowl in here for 4. All the pressure's back on Jason in this second set. Doesn't want this bowl to hang jack high. Oh, Mr. Parkinson, move from the TV angle, please. Thank you. Just finished short as Craig there. Suppose it stops Jason trying to play at the jack. I've got a feeling Jason will just power down at his bowl in the middle of the rink. He's got a chance of taking all the red bowls away. Opted for the draw. Got to have adjusted his weight here. Must be feeling more comfortable with that back then now, because I thought if he'd had any problems he'd have played the runner at the middle bowl. Needs to get past these though. Hasn't managed it. Could be a 4.
3 shots, Craig Newton.
Again, that for Craig. 6-9 now, only 3 behind. 2 ends to play. Huge ends coming up here now. So all the pressure's back on Jason. Craig won the first set, so tie would do him here. The European Masters. Fantastically sponsored by Co-op Funeralcare. Do an awful lot for bowls at all levels. Very good supporters of TV bowls with World Bowls Tour. Good bowls from Jason there. Craig might look at reaching into these now. It's a big target. Oh no, this will track green here. Played the right shot, could have split the bowls away. Jason will just look to try and slot another in. Try and change the head a little bit. It's just behind, or doesn't really want to make this target any bigger, Jason. Well, that helps. Wow, Craig got that away very badly. Often see that with crown greeners indoors. They try and go too quickly.
3 shots. 3 shots. Second set, Jason Parkinson. Match tie break.
Yeah, just let Dan McManus finish doing the announcements there. It's going into the tie break, but yeah, you often see crowners when they come into the indoor game, because they're used to striking over big distances on the crown. They tend to throw themselves into a strike, and you saw that from Craig. I mean, it hit the boards about 2 feet in front of him before it set off.
And was given the jack on the first end to Craig.
We often say with the tie breaks, it's always interesting the choice of, do you take the jack or do you give it away? Jason won the toss and has elected to give the jack to Craig, which means that he's got the last bowl at the first end, and he can decide on the third end as well if we get that far as to whether he takes the jack or gives it away. Oh, fantastic opening bowl there from Craig. We've asked for a lot better than that on a tie-break end. Jason's got a little piece of it to rest on though. In the area here, Jason. Piece of the jack. What a great reply from Jason there. News on the other 2 games just come in. The Madison Sharman game. Sharman's now 8-2 up in the second set after 6 ends. Of course, Madison won the first set. And Phil Last is 5-2 up in the second set against Stuart Irwin after 4 ends. And of course, Philip Last came back to tie that set, the first set. So, all exciting things out of the game there. The winner of that will play the game that you're watching on the stream in here tomorrow morning at 11:30. target here at the moment for Craig, but Jason's in the driving seat and holding shot. Close here. Oh, holes for bowls, just gone through the gap. He's got best back now. Yeah, Jason's gone deep there.
First in, Jason Parkinson.
Well, my co-commentator here this weekend has taken the first end of the tie break. Craig has given Jason the jack. The second end. Craig's got to win this end. Stay in the game. Jason wins this end. He takes his place in the second round here, where he'll play tomorrow morning at 11:30. But he'll be joining me in the commentary box for the two good games that are on this afternoon, 2:15. You see Danny Dennison play the young gun. And crowd favourite here, Connor Sinato. And then your final game on today is on at 5:30. And it's Scott Edwards versus Simon Skelton. Loose opener from Jason there. Right on the track. Needs to adjust the weight. Better here. I think this is your bowl to beat, Craig. Oh, tucked it behind as well. Still a little bit of room to draw there, but Craig might have changed his hand there. Looks more on the forehand. Could have asked to come and have a look. Chose to play it down the backhand. He's close. Well, it gives him options with his next bowl. Turn that in off the forehand.
Drop ball off the jack is a gap of 8 inches.
Look of steely determination there from Jason Parkinson. He's asking it to stay high. Dipping under. Craig now has a big opportunity down the four. He's choosing the backhand again, you see. I think that was a big shout to come and have a look there. Play it down the forehand and tip his own bowl over once. He's chasing this up, he likes it. Can it sit down for him? Very close.
On yellow.
It's not enough. Jason's got that as a target now. Rest off that. Craig's having a look at it now. He really should have been playing earlier off the forehand there, I feel. But what do I know? I don't play a bad ball when I'm sat in this commentary position. In my hutch, as I call it at Blackpool. Very good again here, Jason. Well, now Craig's in all sorts of problems. Couldn't have put that better. Often plays a reaching bowl. He's got chances off his own red bowl off the forehand, but again, a flamboyant player has picked his shot, decided what he's playing, will go for it. This is it. This bowl to stay in the event. If not, our co-com, Jason Parkinson, steps into round 2. I think he's under the line here. Can he get a result? I think we might have a happy co-commentator this afternoon. Thanks for your company in this game. Do join us at 2:15 for Danny Dennison versus Connor Sinato. And I'm sure at some point we'll question Jason on that muscle pull in his back in set 1. He seems to be all right now, but I'm sure we'll find out later. Thanks for your company. Join us at 2:15.